This particular EPL season, no, Miami top four, and I'm going to break it down for you. I mean, I think and feel say this is how the league is going to go. In this Miami top four now, Arsenal is first. Number two, Chelsea Football Club. Number three, Manchester United. Number four, Manchester City. Now, let me break that down quickly. At least, say teams need to be able first matches away, and then I be Chelsea and then Fulham or Craven Cottage. But from what we have seen so far, now somebody will disagree with what I've already done, especially with Manchester United position. No? But the thing about Manchester United is that after they lost that game now against Hull City, no, I think what they are going to do is that they are going to find a way to change a number of things on my team, no, and then do some tweaks. And I know and competitive because this season, no, they have no other option than to be competitive. Because league, no, English Premier League, no, yeah, we're called Europe about Champions League and try to compete in the Champions League for a very long time. Ultimately, was our competition. No? So this is what I'm thinking is going to happen. Look, Chelsea 4 today against Fulham. I think that Chelsea would win. But let's not use just the first games of the first match week to judge the teams based on how we think they're going to finish. The MIA, what I'm trying to say is that by the time I see the league, no, from now till May next year, no, what I am seeing is that this is how things are going to pan out. Now, yeah, shall say free Arsenal. Saturday maybe Arsenal want to find a way to send a message to Obia in the English Premier League say we're back to come and compete. We're bra team your friend Man City no do not have their regular manager in Pep Guardiola in the dugout anymore. And now Man City they were the boat. They went down by 1-0. Then later they came to score 2 goals. Bako Kran came in the dying members of the game. They now managed to win that game by 2-1. And don't put Ryan Sheki now also free bench Eba Man City for it to win. And things are shaky for Enzo Maresca kakra because Afenwaji Ejumano he needs to find a way to now implement his philosophy and help them understand say it is no more Pep Guardiola in the dugout and no Naaba. It say no, his authority is what is being sent across, but I bet check kakra before the team will get to understand or find their tune or their rhythm in this particular game because in our match now he plays some players in certain positions and I'm in tears here. Maybe our boy Nico Riley say, I'm in tears here. And I was thinking, hey, na coach, then or person you baby or boy feel for the baby or boy Antoine Semenyo, you would have expected said they would have switched. I don't know if he was thinking about it that way, and I said no, or Shedan or Diomoto or to get the best out of them. There are still some questions that people are asking, but of course, on Abeji Edumano, and he knows what he is doing. In Tianono, we cannot question it so much. Maybe after 5 games, no, we'll be able to look at it clearly and critically, and maybe we'll even come back to see if the top 4 now, it makes sense. Yeah, but back to Arsenal 4 no. Omakoto Abranche Fene Bruno Guimaraes, Omakoto Abranche Fene Ezri Konsa. They have brought in a Christos Solis already. He has demonstrated, say, he is capable of playing the Premier League and doing so well because of the performances he has put up in that Community Shield game against Man City, as well as weekend Friday evening, normally Coventry boy, we saw how impactful he was, gave 1 assist. And I think, say, one of the things that Arteta Pessoa is that he wants to help his team to have some interpositional play. Medebetu said the 3 players I think that are going to be very crucial for Arsenal this season. Number 1, Ricardo Calafiori. Number 2, Abrante Fene Miles Lewis Kelly. And number 3, Abrante Fene Martin Odegaard. These 3 players, if they don't get injured, I can tell you for a fact, by December, no, Arsenal would league in terms of the space between the first and the second and try about 4-5 points be and they'll be in a comfortable lead at least by the time the year comes to an end to demonstrate say okay now they are doing something right that A, B, or all the other teams need to look at and also copy from. But Obisamia one of the things I bet Arsenal plan is say if you're able to keep a couple of players in their setup a bet with squad depth in Tieneno we are hearing say Martinelli and shall be free and even say Martinelli free home poor. Their reports say Arsenal Football Club for another replacement about. And now Julian Alvarez, he's being linked to Barcelona, of course. But Atletico Madrid phone say if it is imperative, say also Muton Abrante now, they may be looking to sell the player to Air Arsenal for 150 million euros because Omar can at to said they don't have any plan of selling the player to team my friend Air Barcelona. But Arsenal phone were in the question. Julian Alvarez doesn't want to go to Arsenal because I know how so Barcelona. But it looks like, I'm sure, even if the 150 million pounds come, 150 million euros, sorry, it's likely, say, AV Abraham Boka will say I come Arsenal. But Arsenal, for at this point, need to get, I think, one more signing. It could be a marquee signing. I thought said they would have gone for a brand here, friend, Victor Osimhen from team my friend Galatasaray. If they go for him, I think it helps them a lot in terms of their fortunes of solidifying top 4 spot or even finishing as first and doing so well in the Champions League. Because Victor Carrick, they need another striker who is very dominant, and I made this sound common be already. So I don't want to go and redo it. The reason why I think Victor Osimhen is going to be a very important player. There's a video that I'm going to drop in the comments, right? You can go and refer to that video and you understand what I was talking about. But they can say if they're able to get one more signing who's going to be a very dominant player for them in the attack, there's no way Arsenal doesn't win the title. And I think said the reinforcement Arteta and say he wants to get players who can help him to do so many different things at the same time in one team who are going to play in different competitions, because we've seen a lesson from last season, and I think he doesn't want to do the mistakes that he made, especially in the Premier League. They were losing it to Manchester City. So that's why I think say Arsenal are going to retain the title. The signings they have done are smart signings, and our signings are they can play in different roles. It is a concert. He can play centre back, he can play right back. Bruno G, he can play as a 6, he can play as an 8, he can play also in wide midfield, kakra, in a 3 midfield system. With me about Christos Solis, say about left hook, with me about right hook, kakra. So they are very smart signings. Arteta Aye, and I think Arsenal is going to win. Chelsea Football Club number 2. Chelsea Football Club. This is the reason why I think Chelsea is going to win, or Chelsea is going to end up in second place. Also, Xabi Alonso, no. He automatically came into the Chelsea Ejumano and he started attracting certain players. Wabra Chelsea Mbo Europe. She business awaye. Okofa Marco Palestra ba. Okofa Giovanni Kenda ba. Okofa Abranti Efreno Valentin Bakwa ba. Then he went for experienced players. Okofa Danny Welbeck by. Then he also went for Abranti Efreno Jordan Henderson. Wakofa Maxence Lacroix to be a very defensive, solid pillar for him this season. And you can tell that, look, there's a certain thing that he wants to do. Aside all of that, I think one of the smartest pieces of business at Chelsea are here in this particular video. Wakofa Austin McPhee, set piece coach from Aston Villa and Swaba. We know his pedigree. I've said it here a couple of times that when you put all of these things together, all of these factors together, and I'm not even forgetting Morgan Rogers, I'll turn 117 million pounds from my Aston Villa. When you put all of these factors together, it tells you that, look, Chelsea they want to make a statement as well, but this is a season that anything could go wrong, because aside the fact that Okofo players Abano, he has to sell a couple of them in by their shield, Oko Napoli, Oko loan, right? Mudrik, it could be possible to sell a loan. A couple of suitors are discussing for him. Axel Disasi, Eko Crystal Palace, on also a loan with an obligation to buy, right? Then we have Nicolas Jackson and Enche, and sure be free. He's going to Aston Villa for something around 66 million pounds or lower than that. Then we have Garnacho away free that. Then we have a player like Maggie, or also free. Players like David Atrofufana, Munina, David Washington. It's likely that they will also go. Then Chelsea also got 10 players. That's the problem with Chelsea right now. But look, the new additions to Chelsea team, I'm sure the question is that can Xabi Alonso get the best out of them instantly? Because and yet easy sell for players, then you think say they can instantly gel together and play the kind of football I watch. Pre-season, we didn't really see Chelsea get their new signings to do so many things at the same time. But this is the time I was Xabi Alonso using his smartness because of the players who are for Maba and how they were willing to play for him. Because when Ankasa for phone, a place he call, a catch on me say, no, I want you to come and play for me. Emma Ranton Kakra. Emma Ranton even decided, so wow, if Xabi Alonso are phone from me, I'm going to play for him. Morgan Rogers is one of them because now a Kakra no Ekwakusina kind of Arsenal, the champions. But he decided to come and play for Chelsea because of Xabi Alonso's influence as well as the young Kofana war with Reece James and as well as Cole Palmer. So Chelsea has something to do this season, but Ombo Europe, so he has a couple of games on stressy in terms of squad depth, and you have a lot of players available to play all of those games, maybe FA Cup, Carabao Cup, and the league. The focus will be on those games. So Man United, for Arsenal, for any your friend is a team, your friend or Manchester City are struggling to make sure that they maintain their dominance in all of the competitions, and utilizing all the players at the same time. Chelsea will get enough rest and play the domestic games. I never watch Chelsea to finish in second place. But Xabi Alonso needs to find a way to quickly get the best out of him because that will be the most important thing. Number 3, Manchester United. Now, we were said now Manchester United 2 ahead of Man City. Look, it's very simple. Makasa same way that. Enzo Maresca to take Man City, it's a big shoe that he has to fill. Pep Guardiola, NOCC, and Abeji Edumano. Of course, he worked under Pep Guardiola. That same Man City, he was the assistant coach. But the thing is that now that he has come to take the job, Man City need to know that Enzo Maresca sometimes is stubborn kakra. He did so well at Chelsea, and in fact, the Biameka said that he didn't have to leave Chelsea. But after Nsema about how he handled the Chelsea job, I was like, wow, it's good. It's good. Enzo Maresca is free. It's good. Enzo Maresca is free Chelsea for a manager who has a better identity and plan. Maybe at Chelsea, we're not really clean on how Enzo Maresca should have handled the team, and then they've corrected it with Abrante Fene Xabi Alonso, giving him the title of manager. In he has more say in what the team does. When you go to Man City, the kind of team Pep Guardiola are building, and no be na Enzo Maresca person building. Into no share what a couple of his players. What Omar Mamushi Savinho, Moko team my friend Torian Mospe. And now Rodri, when Timmy and keeping when Timmy man is out contract, Rodri Kwakusina Kayama Barcelona. They've already unveiled the player. But when you skaka Crefio, what Tonti Gianni Reinders, ABI, he's not the kind of fit for Enzo Maresca team, no. Right? And I know all share Abrante a friend, Enzo Fernandez from Chelsea. But already Wakofa, Ayub Boadi, our Babisina kind, our Man City from Lille Metropole, nothing below 100 million euros. For Abrante. Then they have also gone for Elliot Anderson, 160 million pounds from team my friend in Nottingham Forest. If they have to spend nothing less than 140 million pounds for Enzo Fernandez, realistically, I don't think say ABI is possible. But some players there, obviously, sa transfer, no, sa deal and transaction, obviously, but you see, Enzo Fernandez needs to be very, Enzo Maresca needs to be very careful. He needs to be very careful about a couple of things. ABI this season, he may not be able to do so well at Man City because, look, the kind of winning culture that Man City is used to, they will find it very difficult to gel under Enzo Maresca instantly. Until by the time I'm on your side, we would have crossed half of the season before the team is getting to understand his philosophy, because there could be a stark difference between Pep Guardiola, as compared to what Enzo Maresca will be doing. And when a team has a certain winning culture and the manager who imposed that winning culture leaves, and there's a new person in the dugout, and there's a new person in the dressing room, sometimes the players they find it difficult to understand the philosophy of that manager. It takes time. It takes time. And I think Man City, because they are going to play in multiple competitions, they will struggle to do that. The reason why I think Michael Carrick will get the best out of this Manchester United team is because Michael Carrick is a former player, and he's able to interact and gel well with the players in various ways. Into the way up. Now Ruben Amorim, aside Daniel Abrante Fene Kobe Menu, or by he reposed a certain confidence in Kobe Menu. That's number one. Number two, Marcus Rashford. Now he has reintegrated Marcus Rashford into the team, even though it's still possible to say free to go and play in a different team before the transfer window closes. No, I think Marcus Rashford, the reintegration into that team is very important, because it helps Man United to still become very competitive. Knowing very well, he's a player who has played Man United for quite a while. Look, I was saying Michael Carrick he has to go into the market and make some strategic signings. This season, we have seen them, Omakofa Yuri Tilleman, every Aston Villa, for something around 45 to 50 million pounds. The same thing, Okofa, Abrante Fene, Andre Santos from Chelsea, 50 million pounds. That was some good business for Chelsea Football Club for because they got a player for something around 13, 15 million pounds. Now they sold the player for 50 million pounds. Now, Wakofa Carlos Baleba from team my friend Air Brighton, but the player no value not diminished. Kakra. I said it a couple of days ago. The player's value has diminished until they can get the best out of him. But they say United need a left back to compete with Luke Shaw. They need an experienced centre back because they share from Mazraoui. Any Abrante friend Harry Maguire over the weekend DNA too backed. They need a very experienced centre back, especially in Europe. If they want to compete, they need an experienced centre back. So one left back, one centre back. Then I think Man United need to get one more attacking player. If it's not even attacking midfield, a central striker. This season, Benjamin Sesko alone may not be able to do the work for them. Matthias Cunha alone may not be able to do the work for them. Ahmad Mbuemo, ABI is not enough. They need one more attacking player. Senior attacking midfield, maybe a centre forward, right? Or a wide player. But in terms of wide options, there's Matthias Cunha, there's Ahmad, there's Mbuemo. I don't want to go that direction. I just think that now that they have bought another midfielder to help them, ABI, they want to intensify their midfield options, get one more player to play in there. But I'm mean a left back, centre back, and one more attacking player. I think United have everything within them to become very competitive. And Michael Carrick, the way he saw the game last season, Obeji Ejumanu from Ruben Amorim, he helped Man United to become the best team from the time he took over to the time as season we are in the Premier League. I think Man United can be able to finish ahead of Man City. So that's my breakdown for I am a top four. Now, tell me what your top four is and tell me whether you agree or you disagree, and let me know why you disagree. Guys, this has been Onside. Please subscribe to the channel. Not turning on will post notifications. No, I may drop a video. You'll be one of the first people to receive it. That's like, come your way again. I'll see you in the next one.